What's up, y'all? So I'm gonna be so fucking for real with you. It is 1:15 in the morning. I have been up all fucking day and I am so tired. But I genuinely cannot go another minute, another second. I cannot live another moment in my life without having heard the new Jungkook album, without having heard Golden. Because so many people are talking about it and I have just blinders on, stayed away from any spoilers because I need to sit down and fully listen to this album. Thankfully, he hasn't been going on like a bunch of music shows or anything, so I've been able to watch those this week and like not get any spoilers. But it has been so stressful because I just want to listen to his new music. I've heard that all of them maybe are all English tracks, which will be so great for me and my brain because me and my brain does not have time. We do not have time to try and decipher nuance within lyrics and meaning. I just need to be able to listen, comprehend, form an opinion, move on. My brain is on empty, but I need to listen to these songs. I need to appreciate and experience these songs. And once again, I am using my temporary phone, so the lighting is off. I don't know how to make it better. And as I've learned in post, it does not help. So if the color grading looks weird, it's not my fault. But I did figure out how to set my mic up with this, so the sound quality should be better. But I don't know what to do with the color grading, y'all. I don't know what to tell you. Now, I did film a reaction to 3D when it first came out, and I did not post that. And I have saved it for this video. So the first song on this album is, in theory, 3D. And you know how we do it here. We listen to all the songs in order, top to bottom. First song is 3D. I will not be reacting to 3D right now because I already reacted to 3D, and we're just gonna insert that clip right here. Y'all, this video came out multiple hours ago, and I have not been able to go on social media because I've not been able to see the music video because I have been sleeping. Because as you know from my last video, I've been wrought with illness. I'm still wrought with illness. It's better now, but I've watched the video. I've had YouTube play the video because we gotta get those comeback goals, but I haven't watched the video, I haven't heard the song, I haven't listened to a single teaser. All I know is that see it in 3D, see it in motion, see it in 3D or something like that was trending on Twitter. So I know that this is another song for the Sluts and the Whores. And it's featuring Harlow, so like obviously, so I'm very excited for this song. I love this new solo journey that JK's going on where he's like, actually, y'all, stay babying me because I'm the youngest member, but actually I'm a full-grown man and y'all are gonna treat me as such, and I love it! I love this rebrand for him. Now, they did just release the lineup for Jungkook today, and he's not on it, which I think is a little crazy because he definitely should be performing at Jungkook because now he has 2 new solo songs that he can perform. That's 4 songs total! And I want to be able to hear the song live. I haven't ever heard it, but I want to be able to hear it live because I know it's going to be great. But we got to get into it. You know how it goes. Music video, then watching it again with the lyrics, but I assume that this song, like 7, is going to be an all-English song. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm very excited. I'm mostly just excited to be able to go back on social media because it's been a literal minefield. This looks like yet to come.
1, 2, 3. I can touch you through the phone. Or touch you through the universe.
Okay, sub-rapper JK. This is so Backstreet, so NSYNC. This is so 90s boy band. And you know I love my 90s boy band. I love an open jacket, no shirt. It's one of my favorite looks.
I'm on my Jungkook. Take a chick off one look and my name on the truth.
So if you're ready, and if you're left,
that was a fine verse. I don't know. He's a white man. There's only so much praise I can give him. Slay. Slay. Okay. I have things to say before we go back and we watch it with the words. I think it's very interesting that all of the models in this video look exactly the same. Like, even though they have like a diverse model set, like there's clearly models of different races, there's blondes and brunettes, they all look exactly the same. And I think that's very interesting. There's a very specific type that they have in this music video and they all look exactly the same. I just think it's a little interesting, especially like Because diversity is such an important thing nowadays. Representation is important. So when it's clear that your model call was light-skinned girls and white girls with dark tans only, it's very obvious. And I don't think it's my favorite look. I don't think it's my favorite look. Also, was there a single Asian girl in there? Am I tripping, or were none of those girls Asian? I see black girls, I see white girls, I see no Asians. Just think it's very interesting. They got like one dark-skinned girl. I don't know. It's just, if you look, okay, hold on. If you look at this range of models and their skin tones were a set of foundation lines for a makeup brand, they would get canceled for lack of diversity. I'm just saying. I just think it's very interesting. That's none of my business though. That has nothing to do with the song. Okay, I have, because it's very hard to stay away from spoilers, I saw people talking about Jack Harlow's verse and them being like, I could have done without it. And you know, I could have done without it. Because the thing is, I don't even dislike Jack Harlow as a rapper. Like, I like a lot of his features. His feature on, is it Call Me By Your Name? On that Lil Nas X song that I'm blanking on, is really good. I really like that feature. And a lot of people hate his, like, glamorous remix thing. I don't love it, but I don't think it's bad. I think that there are plenty of really bad features that I've heard. But this one isn't good. It's far from good. I would consider it subpar, especially since we have to compare this to 7. And if we're gonna compare Latto's feature on 7 to Jack Harlow's feature on 3D, leaps and bounds of difference. Like, in no world is this on the same level as what Latto was bringing to the table for 7. But I also feel that about this song as a whole. I feel like if these two were to be put onto an album and one of them had to make the cut for the title track, it would obviously be 7. 7 in my mind is a much stronger, better, more interesting song than 3D. Like, 3D is super cool and fun. Like I said, it's very 90s boy band. There's something about like the mixing of it, the beat, the melody. It's very like NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, and I love that. I love that sound, and I've said it before and I will say it again, but nobody's doing American boy band pop artists like JK. Not even the American pop boys. Shawn Mendes, Charlie Puth, Harry Styles. They do like their little singer-songwritery thing. Nobody's doing American boy band like JK. He's getting out there, he's doing his dance, and he's like doing this incredible song, and he's like, hey, I want to see it in 3D. And I'm like, I love it. I love it and I live for it. That being said, if we're going to compare it to 7, I still think about 7. Every day of the week. 7 days a week I'm thinking about that song because it's so good. And this song is good, but it's not like fantastic. And do I think that that is influenced by Jack Harlow and his influence on the track? 100%. I think if Jack Harlow brought what I know he can bring, that's the thing as well, is that like his verse on, what the fuck is that song called? Industry Baby. His verse on Industry Baby is so good. So I know that he can do better than this. This verse is just like not that great. And I think if it was better, I would like the song more. That being said, I wasn't fully taking in all of the lyrics. So we're gonna go back, we're gonna watch it again with all the words so I fully understand what they're saying. And then we're gonna give some more final thoughts. This is a great song. I really do like this song. It's really fun. I want to hear this song live. He should have performed this at Global Citizens Festival. He should have pre-released it by performing it at the Global Citizens Festival. Artists do that all the time. They're like, hey, it's a song off my upcoming album. Literally, Jihyo did it at the Twice concert. He should have performed this at the Global Citizens Festival. It's so good. What the fuck does that mean? These girls look the same. These 4 girls look exactly the same. That's the thing, is that those 4 girls look exactly the same. Even though you're like, yeah, they're different people, clearly, but they look exactly the same. I just think his verse is not that good. This, the Dancing in the Rain, so good. So 90s! I think maybe it's the maracas. Something about the beat and the melody and the instrumentals of the song is so 90s. Yeah, no, I could do without his part. I really hope I get to see Jungkook perform this live and just have his part of the song, because I don't like Jack Harlow's part, and that's disappointing. Because when I first got the notification, like right after he got off stage at the Global Citizens Festival, and it said Jungkook 3D featuring Jack and then just HA, I knew it was Jack Harlow. I was like, it has to be Jack Harlow, and I was like so excited because I was like, Jack Harlow's going to bring that whorish energy to the table. It's fine. I don't know. It's not even fine. Like I said, it's subpar. It's a very boring verse in my opinion. Like, he could do better. And I know he could do better. So I'm like, come on. You have to bring your A game if you're gonna fucking be on a Jungkook song. If you're gonna be a feature on a JK song, you have to do better. What's the alternate version?
3D. I can touch you through the phone. I just wanna see you like that.
Oh, this is the version without Jack Harlow. Yeah! I hope that's a dance break. I hope we replace his part with a dance break. I think that'd really eat. Slay! Okay, yeah, that's just the... It says 3D featuring Jack Harlow alternative version, but the alternative version is just without Jack Harlow. I really like that version a lot more than the version with him, because I don't think that he adds anything to the song. Yeah. I like 7 more. 7's a great song. 7's a fantastic song. 7's a perfect song in my mind. The music video, incredible. The feature with Latto, incredible. The song itself, incredible. The explicit and the clean version, incredible. This, I think it's a really good song. I think it's super fun, and I like how it's like different than 7. Like 7 is like modern pop, but like I said, this is 90s boy band. Classic. Like, rooted. Like, if it comes out that this song was like originally written for like NSYNC or something, and like it got brought to JK and he was like, yes, let's do it, it would make 100% sense, because it sounds so of that time, of that era. This was great. Jack Harlow, do better. Jack Harlow, I know you could do better. That's what really hurts, is that I thought that his feature was gonna eat, and then it really didn't. He pecked at his plate a little bit, and that was it. Great song, super fun song. Can't wait to see JK perform it live one day, because I know it will happen. I'm manifesting it now. That's what I said with 7, and it happened. So I will also hear the song live one day. That being said, 7 is, in my mind, the superior song. It has a lot of feature. Like, come on, that alone just puts it over the top. But let me know what you think of the song. Do you like Jack Harlow's feature? I haven't heard a single person say that they do. And I hope that this isn't it for his solo music. Like, he's doing, like I said, he's very American pop artist in the way that he's making his music, but also in the way that he's releasing it, where he's like, I'm just gonna put out a single every couple months, and I'm like, I want an album. I want one physical album with all the songs. So I hope that whatever he's done with his little, like, oh, I'm gonna keep releasing singles thing, that big hits, like, okay, let's release a full album, and I could just have a full album of all of his singles, because that's what I really want. But who knows when he's gonna release another song, because he just announced that he was releasing this last week. So truly, he could come out with another song tomorrow, in a month, in 3 months, who knows. But whatever he does, I will be very excited, because JK solo music, again, I've said this before with all of their solo music, is my favorite. And I know I say every time a new solo song comes out that this is my favorite, but genuinely I think JK makes, like I love American boy band pop music, but there's no American boy bands right now. So to see and have some of my faves make the music that I love outside of the K-pop music I already listen to is just, it's incredible, and I love it. And I love it because it, like, people like to argue about, like, what is the definition of K-pop? Is it about who's making the music, or is it about the music that they make? And I think it's a little bit of both, depending on what you're talking about and depending on the context. But I think JK is definitively a K-pop artist, but he's right now clearly making American pop music. And as somebody who loves K-pop music, but also American pop music, and as somebody who has been, like, really wanting good American pop music, and there hasn't been any, in my opinion, for a very long time, having JK step up to the plate and be like, I will make good American pop music, I'm like, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think out of all of their solo music, it's the closest to the music that I would regularly listen to outside of K-pop. And I love it. And I love it, and I love him, and I'm so excited that he's able to make fun pop music like this, have, like, some incredible fucking features, even if the features don't step up the way that I want them to. And he's making music that he likes. Now, if we could just get one more single. I want, like, if he's gonna go full American pop music, I want him, like this. In the Rain, I want a ballad. I'm begging on my knees. I love it. I miss you, like an Usher song. In the Rain. Like, baby, I miss you so much. That's what I want. Even though I feel like BTS and all their members love songs where they're, like, heartbroken and they're like, I love you, I miss you, come back to me. I think doing it in, like, an R&B pop sort of way would eat. And I think JK would eat that concept up, and I really would love to see that for, like, his 3rd single. But we'll see. That as well, though, I like how this song is, like, clearly about, like being away from somebody that you really want to see, and I feel like that's a concept that a lot of BTS members write about, but whenever they write about it, like the other members, they're always really sad. They're like, I'm so far away from you and I miss you so much, and there's so much longing and yearning and sadness, but this is like cute and fun and flirty. It's like, I just want to see you, like let me fly you out. I want to see you in motion in 3D, and like I think it's a much more fun, lighter tone to this concept that I feel like they all sort of touch on. I really like it. That also being said, going back to that last line that Jack Harlow said, I'll fly you from Korea to Kentucky. It implies that this girl is Korean. There was not a single Asian girl in this video. Maybe there wasn't, I just didn't see her. But the majority of the women in this music video were white. And then there were some black women. I did not see a single Asian. I just think it's interesting for him to be like, hey, I'll fly you out from Korea. Who? None of these women are Korean. I don't know. It has nothing to do with the song. Just a little fucking gripe that I have about it. Boom, did, done. All my feelings on 3D, I still feel the same to this day. It's a good song. I love that song. I don't like Jack Harlow's part of that song. So when his part comes on, that's when I tell myself it's time to skip the song. It's time to move on to the next song. But now we can move on to songs that I haven't heard. The second song, and what I am going to be listening to as the first song of today, is Closer to You, featuring Major Lazer. No idea who Major Lazer is. Not heard a single song he's ever done. Oh, he did Lean On? I do know that song, unfortunately. I don't like that song. I think he's like a DJ, kind of like a Calvin Harris. But doesn't Calvin Harris sing? I don't know. We're gonna listen to it. I do worry, though, that these K-pop groups and these DJ producer people have historically not been my favorite songs. If you would like to see my thoughts on SOS by 17, you could go right there, but it is not my favorite song. So, expectations aren't high going into this, but I'm willing to be surprised. I do have lyric videos for all these songs because I don't know, they could be all in English, who knows? But I'm gonna have the lyric video anyways just in case. Let's go, Closer to You. That song was fine. That song was fine. Like I said, going into this song, expectations were low, and I just think it's a sound that I don't like. I've often equated a lot of JK solo music to like the pop boys of today. Some Shawn Mendes, some Charlie Puth, some Harry Styles. And I, historically, don't listen to their music. So, let's just make that clear when I am talking about JK solo music, it's already starting off in like a realm of music I already don't listen to. So my likelihood of liking it is low. But also, as I said, also going into the song, I don't like the one big hit that I know of Major Lazer, I don't like. So, you know, this song is fine. I don't think it's anything horrible. I do think it's obvious that all of his English songs are written originally in English by probably like English singer-songwriter people. Because when you listen to like K-pop English songs, there's a disconnect in like the writing style where it just sounds a little stilted. You can hear the difference. This just sounds like a regular American pop song. And like, if that's your vibe, this is done really well. Obviously JK sounds great, but this is just not my vibe. It's just not my vibe. It's just not for me. I just don't love the sound of it. The chorus is pretty boring. I think also the storytelling is a little bit like bland. Like the first verse is like, love me at my lowest. And then the second verse is like, I don't know, about her friends? Like, devil's always tempting, but who's gonna end the sentence? What does that even mean? We're not meant to blend in. Push and pull to get you closer. We tried again, said I wouldn't lie, but I lied again. I think it's boring writing. Mama told you don't reply to him, this ain't right, who's wrong, and we try it again, restart again, negative and positive bring us. I don't know, I just feel like it's really repetitive in a boring way. Like, there's no real big creativity with the lyrics, hot take. Who wrote this song? A whole bunch of people. Produced by Diplo? Right, because someone explained it to me, Diplo is like part of Major Lazer. Like, Major Lazer is a group, and Diplo is one of them. Yeah, I don't like Diplo, I don't like his sound. So this song is just not for me, and that's fine. Next song is 7. I've already done a video on 7 before I knew that this was going to be a whole album, so you can just go watch that. I'm not even going to insert it into this video. If you want to watch it, you can watch it. It's an incredible song. 7, I feel like it's a perfect pop song. It's a great song top to bottom. The music video is incredible. The Latto feature is so good. I love that song. incredible song. I think 7 versus 3D, 7's gonna win every time. 7 is that girl. 7 is an incredible song. That's why it's the fastest song on Spotify to reach 1 billion streams. Like, it's such a good song. 3D could never. Next song, in fact, is going to be Standing Next to You, which just has a music video that just came out. And we're going to watch it. Music video, then lyric video, obviously. And I have seen nothing from this music video, no spoilers. But I did see a little teaser clip to see, like, who the love interest is in this music video. Without being too rude, let's just say I had some very unkind opinions. And I'm glad that that reaction is not included in this video because it was very mean. Big limo, only limos. Ooh, look at him. In a nice sleeveless vest. Oof. Showing off all his tattoos. Beautiful. Okay, what a fun disco sound. He looks great. He looks fantastic. Oh. Oh, this just reminds me of Map of the Soul. I miss Map of the Soul era. It was such a beautiful time. I really like this song. This song's really good. It's so Harry Styles. I feel like that's the closest pop male soloist that I could think of that fits this vibe. But even then, this is very like almost 90s, like a classic, more disco sound. Very Michael Jackson. We love a good dance break. See, this is very Michael Jackson. Love a good dance break. From the top with words, even though it's all in English, I would love to double check what I'm hearing. Cause I don't be comprehending shit on the first listen. This music video, probably, I like it more than 3D. I don't like it more than 7. 7 is an incredible music video. Again, 7 is that girl. But I like this song, I think, more than 3D. It's a really interesting sound, and it's like super different than 3D and 7. I think also the tailoring on this vest is incredible. He looks great. It's very Silk Sonic. I feel like Silk Sonic would put out a song like this. Bruno Mars! That's who I'm thinking of. Thank you, me. Bruno Mars would put out a song like this. This is Bruno Mars, 100%. But not like current era Bruno Mars, like Grenade era Bruno Mars. Or maybe whatever Grenade and whatever the era that came after Grenade is. Golden, like the album. I also don't like music videos in which women are props. This love interest woman is just a prop. Just don't have anyone in it if she's not gonna do anything. But I also feel like vocally, this is the most impressive song out of like the 3 big singles. DNA? I think this song live is gonna be incredible. I hate every single person in the city of New York who gets to see this live. Hate you all bad. 7's still that girl. 7 will always and forever be that girl. 7, no, ain't nobody touching 7. But Standing Next to You, I feel like song-wise is better than 3D, but music video-wise, 3D is better than Standing Next to You. I don't like the Standing Next to You music video. I think it's very boring. But I feel like the song is very impressive because it shows such like a greater vocal quality. Because like, not to say that anybody could do 7 or 3D, but like they're very simple, easy pop songs. There's not anything crazy going on vocally, even though he does sound great. And I feel like there is a level of skill and like talent that's really shown well in this song. Like his vocals are smooth, there's a really good range in this song that he gets to show off, and I feel like his voice sounds particularly beautiful in this song, and I don't feel like anybody could sing it like this. Anybody but Jungkook, they could not do this. Untouchable. Really good song. Really like that song. I think also because like, okay, 7's a song about fucking, 3D is a song about the idea of fucking, Standing Next to You is a song about making love. This is baby making music. That's why I said Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars has that shit on lock. Bruno Mars makes baby making music like nobody else at this day and age. Like I know that this song is going on so many playlists because it has such a smooth vibe. It's such a sensual song. It's really, really good. Truly incredible. Vocally, so good. Dance break, really good. He looks great in the music video. This song live is gonna be incredible. Really love that song. Okay, next song. Yes or no?
And if it's better to bet on us, then I go down. And if we end up in bed and don't put the covers out. And if I'm wrong, I just bury my head deep underground. I gotta know, are you feeling the rush?
Can you feel the rush addicted to your touch? This is so 2010s boy band. This is Big Time Rush. This is Austin Mahone. Like, listen to it. This is Disney Channel era Jonas Brothers. Oh, this song's really good. Also, very Take Me Home era One Direction. Very 2010 to 2012 boy band. Oh, all the best songs are too fucking short. Not even 2.5 minutes. That's sick. You are a sick man, Jungkook. How fucking dare you? None of these songs are 3 minutes. What? That is... You are evil. You are an evil, evil man, because that song is so good. Oh, I am sick to my stomach. I'm gonna fucking throw up. That song is so good. Who wrote it? Who wrote it? Because those lyrics, eat. Those lyrics are so fucking good. Ed Sheeran! What did I say? What did I say? What did I say about Take Me Home era One Direction? What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? I heard it. I heard it so clearly. I heard it so clearly. The writing style is so obvious. And that like almost like half rapping that he does in the pre-chorus, so Ed Sheeran. Oh my god. It's so good though. I don't like what Ed Sheeran did to Ellie Goulding, but that man can write a song. So good. Oh, you hear it though. You hear it. You hear the influence. You hear it. Oh, so good. I gotta listen to that part again because it's reminding me of a part in a Big Time Rush song that's gonna bother me. That's a fucking incredible line. If it's better to bet on us, then I'll double down. And if we end up in bed and I put the covers out, and if I'm wrong, I'll just bury my head deep underground. Bro, again, I don't like what that shit did to Ellie Goulding, but that man can fucking write. That man with a pen. It's... that's so good. I don't know. The sound is very Big Time Rush in a way that I cannot describe. Kind of Time of Our Lives, but there's another song that I'm thinking of. I don't know what it is. It's like that melody is just very familiar to me. And maybe it's not Big Time Rush, maybe it's another like Disney pop group of that era. If your mind are making the same connections, tell me what I'm connecting it to in my mind, because there's something so very distinct about that melody that is really just like it's connecting to something, but I cannot remember what it is. This is probably my favorite song on the album. I'm gonna just say that so confidently and so clearly right now, because 7, again, is that girl. This song's so fucking good. This song's so good. I cannot believe it's less than 2.5 minutes. That hurts me. That hurts me really bad. We couldn't have had a bridge. You couldn't have given us a bridge breakdown with some really like soulful vocals. I know that you can give that to us, JK. The fact that Ed Sheeran didn't write that for him, though, really hurts me. Edward, look at me in the eyes. Edward, I need us to, like, really think about what we were doing when we wrote the song. Because these two and this, like, sub 2.5 minutes are perfect. And we couldn't have added another minute onto it. We couldn't have added a couple more words in the chorus. Or added a bridge. Added a pre-chorus to the last one. I just feel like there's so much more we could have given because this is so good. It's just such a good song. All I want to do right now is listen to the song. It's so good. Vocally, it's just so, first of all, it's so catchy. But again, I definitely think, similar to the Major Lazer thing, the sound is very distinct. He's pulling from very distinct American pop boy sounds. And the Major Lazer is not my sound. But Ed Sheeran and 2010 boy groups, bitch, that is so my sound. So for Jungkook to put out a song like this, if he doesn't perform this live, I don't get to see him perform this live, I think I'll fucking cry. If I walk out of the BTS concert in 2020, whenever the fuck they want to come back, and he didn't perform this song in his solo stage, I'll be heartbroken. Heartbroken. That's why I'm so mad that I'm not in New York right now to see him perform. Because I know he's probably not going to do the song at the B-side. He's probably going to do like 7 3D standing next to you. But I need to hear this song live. I can't stress that enough. JK? Are you listening to me? Mr. Jungkook, I need this. I need to hear this song live. It's so good. Cause you don't even need to be doing that much with this song. This is a very much you're standing on stage with your microphone, you're singing, you're waving to people in the crowd. Easy fucking peasy. You don't need to do a lot with this song. I just need you to perform it. And now that he has an album worth of music, he could go on tour. He could go on tour. It doesn't need to be like a crazy tour, but like he can go on tour. An album's all you need, really. One album is plenty. He can do like a cover or two, and he can do like his older solo work. This is plenty of music to do. Is it? I don't know. This album's really only 30 minutes long. I will pay top dollar to see a 30-minute concert of just JK performing this album. I don't care. I need to see it. Or, like, put him in a festival lineup. This is plenty of music for a festival lineup where he's, like, not the only headliner. Imagine him as a headliner at Global Citizens Festival when he had more than 2 songs out. I'm so mad. Because imagine him with, like, a proper festival lineup set. There were bitches when the fucking Jingle Ball lineup dropped that said JK could come on as a special guest. And if that ends up being true, and I don't go to Jingle Ball to see him perform, I'm gonna cry. But I need him as, like, a festival headliner. I think that'd be perfect. Because he doesn't need, like, the full, like, an hour and a half. But to give him, like, 45 to an hour, perfect. He can do all of his music and it would be incredible. Please, 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 please. I need to hear the song live. Next year, Lollapalooza. 3 years from now, Lollapalooza. 10 years from now, Lollapalooza. I don't care. I'll be there. I need to hear the song live. Please, 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 please. It's so good. I love this song so much. It's incredible. Now we're gonna get to the sad half of the album. The first half is happy, upbeat music. The second half sounds like sad music. We're gonna listen to Please Don't Change, featuring DJ Snake. You know I don't love an empty chorus. I was just gonna say this reminds me of the Chainsmokers. I can't believe they gave us an empty chorus when the song is not even 2.5 minutes long. This song is, the amount of time that he's been singing is less than 2 minutes. This song is barely a song. It's basically a demo. Anyways, I don't know, okay. I think the thing with JK's music in this album is that he is, if American boy pop music, not saying like pop music for boys, but pop music by boys, like male solo artists, boy bands, shit like that, American pop music, if that's like a buffet, think of it as like there are some groups that just make one dish. Like there are some groups who have like their specific sound, their specific style, and they just make one dish. There are a couple artists that like make a couple different dishes. But I feel like JK as like, not necessarily like an outsider, but like an outsider to this American boy pop music buffet, he's sampling a little bit of everything. He's taking a little bit of everything and putting it on his plate and he's eating. But that also means that, like, me, as somebody who frequents the American boy buffet, the American pop music boy buffet, there are some dishes that I do not touch. There are some dishes that I always go to. And since he's taking from a little bit of everything, there are just some songs that are just not for me. Because I don't touch it, that's not my thing. Songs like this, songs like, whatever that song was, Closer to You, these just are not my vibe. These songs are not for me. These are songs that, outside of them being done by JK, I would not listen to. Because, like, and I don't say this to, like, discredit JK and the work that he's put into this album, because obviously he's put a lot of hard work into this album, and this album is still great because he has made it fantastic. But, like, these songs are not, like, JK-specific, JK exclusives. These are songs that were, like, written by a team of writers, by a team of producers, and could have, in theory, been given and sold to anybody. So, like, if this song was done by another American pop boy, wouldn't care. Literally no waves in my mind. I would not think of this song. I would probably never hear it ever a day in my life. But because it's JK, I have heard it. And it's just not for me. And that's okay. I feel like this song is very boring. I get the vibe. I understand and I respect these lyrics more than, like, Closer to You. Where it's like, even if we're really far apart, my love for you will never change. I will always support you. But would you do the same for me? Like, I get that. I just feel like the song's really boring. I also don't love the sort of melody, the instrumentals in it. It's very much Never Be. I don't even know who sings that song, but the When I'm With You, There's No Place I'd Rather Be, that sort of like weird, like, do 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 that I don't like that instrumental sound. I also don't like an empty chorus. It's very Chainsmokers. It's just not a song for me. Like I said, in the American Pop Boy buffet, if JK wasn't serving me this dish, I would not touch it. But it's JK, so here we are. I love him. And again, I think he sounds great, but the song itself is just, I don't like it. And I can say that confidently, but all these songs, even the songs I haven't heard, like, I know that JK will always sound good and put on a good performance and, like, do his part, which is just the singing, really well. But I feel like, lyrically, that song was boring. Instrumentally, that song was boring. But, like, that's not his fault. That has nothing to do with him. I just don't like those songs. Next song is Hate You. And I hope that it really comes from the heart. I hope that this song is sad, and I hope it's vindictive.
Stuff like that.
His voice is so beautiful.
Wish you kissed the way it doesn't hurt. So I'm gonna hate
The way his voice shakes, so good. This song sounds like Charlie Puth, and you know how I feel about that man.
only way it doesn't hurt. So I'm
His vocals in the song are really good. Wow. That song is really sad. God. I feel like the lyrics, a little bit basic, a little bit on the nose. But who wrote it? It wasn't Charles Puth? Shawn Mendes. Oh, we were close. We were close. Yeah. I don't like Shawn Mendes. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. No. I should have said Shawn Mendes. Yeah. No, this is exactly a Shawn Mendes song. And I don't like Shawn Mendes. That's unfortunate. Because I think his lyrics, like I just said, very on the nose. Very simple, very basic, very straightforward. There's not a lot of wordplay like there is with, let's say, an Ed Sheeran and a Yes or No. It's not a bad song, though. I think, again, JK's performance is what really sells this. Because if this was a Shawn Mendes song, I would never listen to this song a day in my life. But it's JK that brings because he's not just singing, he's acting, he's performing. The way that his voice shakes like he's about to cry, the way that he sounds breathless at the end of every word, like, it's so good. His performance is incredible. But I just think the song, I don't know, is a little boring. The lyrics are just boring. It's like, I hate you because it's easier than, like, facing the real pain of, like, losing you. I don't know, I just feel like the lyrics are a little bit boring, but JK's performance is fucking incredible. And, like, the instrumentals are fine. Very stripped down, very basic, very fitting of the song. But again, it's a Shawn Mendes song, and I don't like Shawn Mendes. And that's fine. Next song is Somebody. Let's have another sexy song.
my mind is racing, I can drive myself inside. Winter's cold, it's summer strange.
I don't like what they've done to his voice.
Turn around and let me.
I don't like this weird filter that they put on his voice. What did I just say? I say the number one selling point of all these songs is his vocals. And they were like, fuck his vocals. It sounds like those songs on TikTok where it's slowed down and, like, they added reverb. It sounds like a remix like that, but that's just what the regular song sounds like. This is a song, though, that would 100% be played in a club. It has that sort of, like, slow beat.
Hoping that it's somebody in me.
And see, it has that, like, good pull back on the instrumentals before it goes back into the dun, 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 dun. But I also don't like those club musics. It's a fine song. I don't know. I don't care about this song. Respectfully, it's a skip. It's a skip for me because, like, it's really boring. Lyrically, it's fine. It's basically just like, I hope that when you go out, you hook up with somebody and you, like, think about me while you're hooking up with them because you realize that that person isn't me. And, like, that's all that it says. There's nothing really interesting in the lyrics or in the wordplay. See, this is why lyrics are really important, especially if you're going to pay somebody to write a song for you. You're going to pay songwriters and they're going to write you a good song. The lyrics should be good. I don't know. I feel like the lyrics in a lot of these songs are kind of boring. That's why Yes or No is my favorite song. Ed Sheeran, he gets it. He wrote a really good song. He just needs to write it a little bit longer. But all of these songs are really short. I don't know. I just feel like these lyrics are really boring. And I feel like also the instrumental is like, whatever. It's very standard, middle-of-the-road club music. And like... And again, I think that the one big selling point of all of these songs is that JK's vocals are going to eat every time. Even if I don't like the song, even if I don't like the way it's produced, or the lyrics in it, his vocals are going to sound great. But then they put this weird fucking filter, and it like distorts his vocals, and I'm like... So there's nothing going for this song. I just don't like it. It's not for me. It's not for me. Probably my least favorite song on the album. So we'll just move right along. Next song is Too Sad to Dance. What a Horrible Life, please be a fun, sad dance song.
Said go home, ain't nobody love you no more. I can't disagree.
What?
So last night I went to the club, had a couple too many threw up. Now everybody's laughing at
This song is Charlie Puth.
me. Too sad to dance.
I don't like this song. See, this is the same man who did 3D and Dynamite and You Problem. So I expected this song to be better, respectfully. Yeah, I don't like this song. I don't know. I feel like, I literally was like, please, I'd like some storytelling in my songs, but I just feel like the story is weird and sad in a way that is not authentic. Like, it would be one thing if this was like a self-written song and he was like, this is what I've been going through. Similar to like Jimin's solo album. But it's not, so it's just a little weird that he's singing about having a drinking problem. Like, I don't know. I don't like the song. I also just think vocally it's a little plain. I don't like the song. I don't know, I just feel like I don't like a lot of these songs, but again, it has nothing to do with JK because these are not his songs. And that's why, not to say there's anything wrong with not writing your own music, because plenty of groups that I love don't write their own music. That's why songwriters are a profession, There are people with talent in songwriting, and not everyone needs to have that talent to perform well. Like being an idol and being a songwriter are two separate things in my mind. But I do think a reason why a lot of BTS songs are good is because they're self-written. And I do feel like a lot of that charm is lost in this album. I don't know, like I feel like if this song was a personal song, I would like it a lot more. If I was like, oh wow, this is like a real thing that you've gone through. And like you're sharing the struggle with us and you're trying to like cope with it through music. That's really interesting. But it's not, he has no writing credit on the song. It was specifically written and produced by David Stewart. So I like it. I don't like the song. I don't know. It's just not my favorite. Don't really like the song. But we've reached the end of the album. We've reached the end of the album. Now, Shot Glass of Tears is the song that I claimed when I first saw the track list. So I do have higher hopes for the song than the other ones. But considering how these last few songs have gone, I don't think that I'll like it. But that's okay. We'll talk about it more at the end of the album. This song's very Coldplay. Coldplay adjacent. I'm trying to think who's Coldplay adjacent. I don't listen to this type of music, so I don't have any references. Granted, I do like that song better than most of the songs on this album. But considering I don't like most of the songs on this album, that's not saying a lot. I do like the sort of post-chorus, pre-chorus part. She's the life of the party, 42 in her body. She got some dangerous hobbies like chasing the sun and making me fall in love. I think that part's really good. And till I'm sick to my stomach, until I throw back a dozen, until I'm driving 100 with my hands off the wheel just to see how it feels. I think it's pretty good. Again, though, I think got a shot glass full of cheers, drink, say cheers, is the fact that that's repeated so many times, and it's such a boring line. It truly sounds like they couldn't think of something better, and I'm like, I don't know, I feel like that's the issue with a lot of these songs, is that they're not that well written, and you would think, if you're going to get songwriters to write you these songs, that they would be well written. That you would pay people to write you better songs. I don't know. I just think it's crazy to pay a songwriter and for the song to not be well written. I think that's crazy. Especially when you got good songwriters back at home. Like, what are we doing? I get it. This isn't like their forte. The music that BTS makes and this type of music, they're not like worlds apart, but they're different. They're different types of music. And I fully believe and support in JK being like an American pop prince. I love that, but I feel like a lot of these songs aren't good. A lot of these songs are not good because they're just so, not even bad, they're just so boring. Like, this is like the first pass. Like, you write the song and you're like, it sounds like a demo song. Like that, like I said this before, these all sound like demo songs. These sound like songs that writers would make at like a writing sort of camp that they would then pitch to K-pop artists, where like they don't really think about what the lyrics are going to be because they know that the lyrics are going to eventually just be changed by a top liner into Korean, so they're not really worried about how well written the song is. They're focusing more on like melody and composition, And that's 100% what all these songs sound like, because none of the English lyrics, they're not bad. Let's make that clear. They're not bad. I've heard a lot of K-pop songs in English that are not good. So they're not bad. They're just not interesting or well written. The only song that's really good out of all these new songs is Yes or No. And that's because Ed Sheeran is a great writer. But unfortunately, David, I don't know how to break this to you. David's not a good writer. Like, I don't think that he's necessarily a bad writer. I think he can be a good writer. But from these songs, they're not great. They're not great. They're not bad, though. It's not like, because I've heard some really bad, like, rhyme schemes in some American songs and English K-pop songs that I've been like, oh god, why did you let that out into the world? Why did you let that be on the final track? And there's nothing egregiously bad in any of these songs. They're just really boring. Like, none of these songs stuck out to me except for Yes or No. Yes or No was really, really good. I feel like, what was that really sad song that he sung? Yes, Hate You, just because his vocals in it are particularly exceptional. But I feel like for the last few songs, then they just start, like, distorting his vocals, and I'm like, why would you do that? When you know you have a mediocre song, and, like, there's no way you can write that song and listen to those songs and listen to those songs in comparison to, like, the other songs on this album. Yes or No? Standing Next to You, 7, 3D. You cannot tell me you listen to those songs in comparison to those songs and are like, yeah, these songs are just as good. They're not. And I think we can all be objective about that. And I feel like I'm usually not this harsh when I'm critiquing albums, but, like, considering that this song, that all of these songs are in English, so there's no, like, nuance that I'm missing in, like, lyricism, and that JK didn't touch any of this writing, that these are all independent writers, there's no way that you listen to that song that you just wrote, not fully understand within yourself that it's mediocre, and then are like, the only thing that can save this song are the raw vocal talents of the singer that we're giving it to. Let's just fuck up his vocals. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Really think about what you just did, and why would you really reconsider that? Because why would you do that? Again, I feel like these songs will be a lot better live, because we'll just have JK and his beautiful vocals. But the fact that they went and they fucked up his vocals for, like, the last 3 songs, I don't get it. Why would you do that? Technically not the last one. The last song is 7, clean version. We're not gonna listen to it, because what's the point? I just think it's really, it's just really so disappointing, because, like, we get 10 songs on this album. Technically 11, but there's 10 different songs on this album. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them are new. More than half of these are new songs. And I like 2 of them. Standing Next to You is good. Yes or No is good. I think just the first 5 songs are good. 3D. No, I don't like Closer to You. 3D, 7, Standing Next to You, Yes or No. Those 4 songs are fantastic. Those are fantastic fucking songs. Every other song I do not like. And again, I want to make it so clear that in going back to the metaphor of the American boy pop buffet, these are not songs that independent of JK I would like. And I think JK did incredible on this album with what he was given. But I'm also like, it's not like you were just given songs. You definitely were, like, pitch songs, and then you picked the ones that you wanted. So I think it's really crazy that you picked these songs. You picked them, and you paid the songwriters to take the song, when, like, half of them are not that good. Again, none of them are bad. There's not a bad song, but, like, I'd say the average of the songs that I don't like, I would consider a 3 or 4 out of 10. Like, they're so boring. There's nothing in, like, Closer to You, Please Don't Change, Somebody, Too Sad to Dance, Shot Glass of Tears that I'm, like, really caring about. Hate You is good vocally, but again, I feel like lyrically very boring. Shot Glass of Tears is weird. Shot Glass of Tears, lyrically, I feel like is better than all of the other 5 songs, because we're really just comparing the songs that I don't like, which is Closer to You, Please Don't Change, Somebody, Too Sad to Dance, and Shot Glass of Tears, and I guess we'll also include Hate You. Out of those 6 songs, I feel like Shot Glass of Tears is the best, most interestingly written, but I feel like Hate You is the best vocally. None of them have good or interesting instrumentals. That's what really kills me. Like, when you come from a band of musicians, like musicians like Namjoon and Yoongi in that studio cooking, musicians, that you would have so many songs on your album that are so boring. And this feels like a dig to JK, but again, that's not his department. He gets on stage and he sings and he dances, and he does that incredibly. His live performances of 7 and 3D are incredible. Standing Next to You, incredible. But I feel like that's the crazy thing because 3D, 7, and Standing Next to You, like the three singles are incredible. Lyrically, vocally, instrumentally, they are all incredible songs. And then you get to these other songs and they're like, we ran out of budget. We ran out of budget to make these songs good. They're just what they are. It truly feels like what happened because they feel like they invested so much time and energy into those three singles and then the rest of the album was just like, whatever. Whatever. I just think it's really crazy. Because you would think at least in 6 songs there would be something musically interesting, musically captivating, something. Nothing for 6 fucking songs. For 6 fucking songs. It's just that same boring standard American pop music. And again, I am already biased against this kind of music. This is not music that I listen to in my own time. There might be people who completely love this music. Like it's fully not my thing. But I also think if it was a little bit more interesting and a little bit more well done, it could be my thing. Maybe it's not my thing because it's bad. Who's to say? It's kind of like the idea that, like, going back to a food metaphor, if I don't like something like cake, it doesn't matter if what I'm eating is the best cake in the world, I'm not gonna like it because it's just not something that I like. And I feel like that's how I feel about a lot of these songs. Like, he can be doing that American pop sound perfectly, like, exactly, he's doing exactly what he wanted that song to do, and it's just not something that I like. Because I think a lot of the musical references are like a lot of American pop boys, and I don't listen to American pop boys. I don't like their music. Especially when you're going for like that almost EDM American like solo pop boy kind of sound, like a Chainsmoker, Shawn Mendes, Charlie Puth sort of sound. I don't like that music at all. And I feel like a lot of this music is like that sort of top 40s empty chorus, all electronic instrumental sort of sound, and I hate it. I hate that music so much. That's why whenever I talk about an empty chorus and how much I dislike it, I call it a Chainsmokers chorus, because Chainsmokers sort of popularized that sound, and I hate it. Hate it. I just think it's so crazy, because I feel like singles-wise, JK has some of my favorite solo music out of the group, but I feel like if we're comparing full albums, this is my least full album out of all of their solo artists, out of all of like their solo works, and that's crazy. That's crazy. When you had such heavy hitters like 3D and 7 on your album, and then you let every other song be a flop, that's crazy. That's crazy. Because you listen to stuff like, you listen to Indigo, you listen to D-Day, you listen to Jack in the Box, you listen to Face Off. You even listen to Layover, that I don't particularly love. I don't love Layover. It's not my type of music. But I can appreciate that album and its artistic sound and choice way more than this album. That album is better than this album because there's really only like 3 really good songs. And that would be 7, 3D, Standing Next to You, and then, okay, maybe 3.5 because Yes or No is a good song. But Yes or No is so short. That's another thing, is that I feel like they put so much time and effort into the singles. They made the singles really, really good. Lyrically, incredible. Instrumentally, incredible. They invested all the money into the music videos for those, and those are the only songs to reach 3 minutes. So, like, I don't know. Is it just me? Am I just jumping to conclusions? Because it really fucking seems like they were like, we're gonna come out with 3 songs and they're gonna be fantastic. And then JK was like, but I want to put out an album. And then they were like, I guess we can find some other songs to put on the album. And then they just found a bunch of demos and they were like, you can record these. And then they just threw them on the album. Because like no other song reaches 3 minutes, and no other song feels like it has that care and attention that the 3 singles got. So it just really feels like when they're putting together this album that they don't care about the songs that are not the singles. Because they're not as good as the singles, and they're not as long as the singles. First and foremost, and lastly, and most importantly, I think this album just really reflects mostly on my tastes as an individual. Like I said, I like very little American boy pop music, and then, therefore I like very little of this album. But I do think it is interesting to note that the 3 best songs are the 3 singles. And it does not feel like they put the same care and attention into the singles that they did into the rest of the album. Because the 3 singles are great. And every other song in this album is just like I can easily skip every song after Yes or No. Like 6 through 10, And like, I guess also 11, because who cares about the clean version? I don't care about those songs. I will probably never go back to listen to those songs. And I think that's so like lame. I just feel like going back to what I was saying about instrumentally, I feel like instrumentally, 7 and 3D and specifically Standing Next to You, so good instrumentally. So interesting, so complex. Complements the song really well, and then I feel like they just kicked all the musicians out of the room when they wrote the rest of the album, because I'm like, what? There's nothing. The instrumentals are giving nothing in the rest of the album. They're just so stripped down and so basic, and I'm like, I think a really good musician would have really helped the rest of the album. Also, I think that there's, like I said, this album is very much a buffet, so there's no cohesive sound when it comes to all these songs, but there do seem to be like repeat producers that keep coming back to like a lot of these songs. And I'll just blame that on them, that they were being stretched, I think, beyond what they could do. Because I feel like there's a lot of different types of pop music in this album, and not all of it's done well, and that's possibly because the people that you keep bringing back to do these songs can only really have one specific sound that they're good at. So when they try to do other things, it's just not as good, and that's okay. Just like with a chef, just like with cooking, you have a signature dish, a thing that you do, a thing that you're good at, a thing that you've perfected. So sometimes when you try other things, it's not gonna be as good, and that's okay. But when you're putting out a full-length first solo album for the golden magnet of BTS, you simply have to be better. You have to bring better to the table. You don't show up with some store-bought TV dinner that you found at Safeway. Like, you don't do that. And I feel like there's so much phoning it in on this album that really, honestly, it offends me. Because I feel like JK's album deserved better than this. JK deserves better than this. He's so fucking talented. And these are the songs that he gets. This is it. This is what he gets. It's honestly upsetting me. The more I talk about it and the more I think about it, the more mad I get. Because I'm like, this album could have been so fucking good. This album could have been so, so good. And half of it is flop. Half of it's flop. And again, that's not his fault because he didn't write or produce any of these songs. He just performed. And even when he gives a good vocal performance, they fuck up his vocals and they distort it. It upsets me. And again, I can't stress enough. My personal bias towards music that sounds like this definitely influences my opinion on this album. But also, I feel like if they did it in a better, more interesting, well done way, perhaps I would have liked it more. Like, I was very open to liking this album. I wanted this album to be really good, but for this to be, in my opinion, the least interesting out of all of their solo albums, that's really sad. Because this, in theory, should be the easiest for me to like. It's all in English, but it's just not good. It's not just because it's in English doesn't mean it's good. I can't stress this enough. I've listened to so much K-pop music that has English versions, and I'm like, just because it's in English doesn't mean it's good. Doesn't mean we needed it. I just think it's so crazy. Because, like, you listen to this, and then you listen to something like D-Day that also has, like, different musical stylings. Like, songs like Snooze are completely different than songs like D-Day. And songs like Huh. Those are completely different sounding songs, but they're both really good. So it's not like I wanted all the songs to sound the same. Like, 3D and 7 and Standing Next to You are 3 completely different pop sounds. They all sound incredible, but I just feel like no other song, except for Yes or No. Yes or No is a good song. No other song on this album is good. I don't know, I'm gonna blame it on his team. Again, because it's not Jungkook's fault. He didn't do this. He didn't make the songs. He's the performer. He didn't make the songs. But again, I think it's crazy that as the performer, you heard these songs, and you chose the songs, and you picked the songs, and you said, put them on the album. Why? They're not good. And it would be one thing if, like, across the board, the album wasn't good. And, like, all of the songs had the same sort of pop sound that I don't like. Because then I could just look at it and be like, no, I just don't like this album. It's not for me. It's a sound that I do not like and I do not listen to. But for there to be 3 really good songs on this album, and for the rest of the album to suck, like, there's no way that you listen to those 3 songs, and then the rest of the album, you're like, we've done it. Across the board, we slayed. There's no way that you listen to this album in its totality, and we're like, these songs are all equally good. Because there's no way. There's no way you can listen to 7, 3D, and Standing Next to You, and then also Too Sad to Dance, and be like, these songs are all of the same caliber. These songs are all of the same quality. Because they're not. Because they're simply not. I'm just disappointed because I know that JK could do better if he was given better. Again, I don't think that JK did anything badly. What he did, he ate. But the team, the people who wrote and produced these songs, what are you doing? You had an opportunity. Look me in the eyes. Look me in the eyes. You had an opportunity to write and or produce on the Jungkook of BTS's solo album, and this is what you gave him? I'm offended on his behalf. Like, I'm so mad. The more I think about it, the more upset I get, because I'm like, he deserves so much better than this. He deserves so much better than this. And what I really worry about now is that because the 3 standout singles are really good, and because he's JK of BTS, that a bunch of people are gonna be like, oh my god, album of the year. This is not the album of the year. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. No. This is far from it. We can say song of the year, 7 song of the year. This album is not good. I can't stress that enough. I didn't want this to be true, but this album is not good. 4 songs are really good. This album is not good. And I can't even say that it'd be better in Korean, because like these songs were originally written and produced in English. And I am so proud of JK. Let's make that so clear. Okay, let's focus. Let's not talk anymore about things I don't like. Let's focus on what I do like, and I love JK. I love that kid. I love him so much. I'm so proud of him. Putting out a full-length solo album is already incredible. But for it to be all in English, your non-native language, that's a real slay. And his pronunciation, incredible. Incredible. I think that he did great. And he's also mentioned that in the future he will make Korean songs. And because that's the thing, is that his other solo music prior to this album has all been good. Still With You, Euphoria, My Time, all incredible songs. So the fact that he would listen to the rest of the songs on this album and be like, yeah, let's add that to my discography. Let's add that to my repertoire. Why? Why would you do that? When you have such good songs in your solo discography, and you'd be like, yeah, the rest of these songs can like come with. It makes me mad, like seeing a really hot girl with a really ugly boyfriend. Like, why are you doing that to yourself? You're better than this. You're better than this. It hurts me. It hurts me deeply. Anyways, we're focusing on the positives. JK did great. To do a full-length album, all in your not native language, is incredible. Very few other people can do that. So, incredible work, JK. Perhaps consider firing everyone on your team. Because I can't stress enough that this album could have been so much better. I need a repackage. That's what I need. I need a repackage where we just take these songs and we fix them and we improve them. I think that those 6 songs that I don't like could be so much better if we just took a different producer and we ran it through someone else. Put them in Yoongi's hands. I don't want to make everything about the rest of BTS, because again, I want them to be able to stand as solo members and just like do their own thing by themselves. But I'm like, let RM take a look at it before the album comes out. Because I feel like instrumentally, all of these songs need a punch up. Like instrumentally, they're the most basic sounds, like somebody made them in their bedroom on GarageBand. And again, I have nothing against like bedroom pop, like SoundCloud, like rappers. I don't like everyone's gotta start somewhere. And like Halsey's first EP was all like GarageBand music, and it's incredible, and I love Room 93. But I feel like if you're at this caliber, you cannot be putting out music like that. You are better than this. It's just such basic, boring music and composition that it really upsets me. I feel like if all of these songs were composed differently and like had better, more interesting instrumentals, I would like them all a lot more. But the fact that the lyrics are boring, and there's barely any lyrics, because again, all of these songs are barely 2.5 minutes. So the amount of lyrics are very small, because again, like a good third of the song is just the chorus repeating itself. So the amount of lyrics already very small. And then for those lyrics to be boring, and then for the instrumentals to also be boring, it is crazy. It is crazy to me that then they put those together in a song and they were like, put it on the album, and then they did it 6 more times. It would be one thing if there was just like one song or a couple songs, even 3 songs like this on the album that were just like really boring and giving you absolutely nothing. 6 songs? 6 songs is crazy. That is too many songs. That is more than half of the album. For you to put out 6 songs that just feel unfinished. Like, again, they sound like demo songs. Maybe they had like a really tight turnaround. Because I think what JK's mentioned is that like he wasn't working on music for like the first like year that they've like been doing their solo things. Like he was just resting and focusing on himself. So like maybe the idea for an album really was last minute, because I feel like Seven came out like a while ago. But he's also like, again, I think in like the American pop sound sort of way, he has been like doing an American pop sort of release kind of way where like with Olivia Rodrigo and Sour, like there are singles that come out months before the album comes out. So maybe this was the plan all along, but maybe also he just wanted to put out 2 singles and then they were like, you should put out an album. Because that's what it feels like. It feels like they were suddenly brought into an idea in which they were like, we need 6 more songs by like the end of the week. Because it's, again, I cannot stress enough, the 6 songs, these 6 songs do not sound like they were given any of the same care and attention that the 3 singles were. And I think that's crazy. Because like all the songs on the album should matter. But only the singles are good. And you know I'm a B-side girly. You know I'm a B-side girly. And again, yes or no is one of my favorites. Perhaps my favorite. It's a really good song. Yes or No is with the top 3. You know I'm a B-side girly though. So like 9 times out of 10, the title track will not be my favorite song. But for only the title tracks to be the songs that I like is crazy. I don't know. I feel like I'm rambling. I feel like I need to shut up because I've been talking for too long. But I just think it's a little fucking cuckoo bananas for the Jungkook. Because it's like, it's one thing if your music's bad and like you wrote it. Because like then it can only be as good as what skills you have. And if like you're an idol, then like yeah, songwriting might not be within your repertoire. You're busy focusing on like looking good, singing, dancing, like being funny, entertaining. Like you have other skills that you need to focus on. Songwriting might not be one of them. But for you to pay songwriters and pay producers to make you music and it sounds like this, that's crazy. That is crazy. That's cuckoo bananas. It's like going to a restaurant. Again, going back to this food metaphor, it's like going to a restaurant and paying top dollar for a meal and none of it tastes good. Like, I'd be pissed. You spent all this money and it's not even good. I don't know. There might be people who like love this type of pop music, who are like Shawn Mendes, Chainsmoker girlies, who eat this album up. And if you do, please let me know. And I'm so happy for you. But me personally, and again, sometimes my opinions change. Sometimes I say things about albums, and then I completely change my mind like a month after listening to it, like heavily on repeat. But I do sometimes just listen to albums and I'm like, this isn't good. And then I never listen to it again because it wasn't good. Unfortunately, similar to Liam Payne, I'm getting that vibe from this album where there's like the singles, incredible. The rest of the album skips. And that's really unfortunate because I feel like JK deserves better. And I want to make that clear. I can't stress this enough. I want to make it so clear. JK has done nothing wrong. JK has done everything within his power that he could do to make it better. Other than making better decisions. Because like a lot of people want to like victimize them with a Big Hit and be like, oh, I can't believe Big Hit's making them do blah 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 blah. JK's a shareholder in Big Hit. If he wanted different songs on his album, I'm sure he could have paid to have different songs on his album. So the fact that he chose these songs, I think it's concerning, to say the least. But what he has put into all of these songs is great. He's done his part fabulously. He performs these songs live incredibly. The little dance, incredible. But I think judgment-wise, why wasn't there a manager or somebody in the room to be like, hey, let's go with another song? Or maybe this was truly the best that they got. I would be appalled if this was the best that they got, if there were no other songwriters who submitted something better than this. I think that's crazy. I also think that there might be a stronger lean to get songs written and produced by people that he likes and admires versus just like good songs. And again, this is all subjective, my personal opinion, blah, 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 blah. Because I feel like, I don't know, Major Lazer, DJ Snake, Ed Sheeran, Shawn Mendes, there's a lot of big names in the credits of these songs. I feel like sometimes, just because you like the person and you know the person on the track doesn't make it a good song. Like, just because Shawn Mendes wrote it doesn't mean it's a good song. Ed Sheeran, though, that was money well spent. Ed Sheeran ate with Yes or No. Yes or No is a great song. Especially because we get that cute little like rap thing. We get a little bit of sub-rapper JK. That was good. I like that song. I like that song a lot. Anyways, please let me know what you think of the album. Do you think it's good? You have to really tell me why though. I feel like a lot of times I give really strong opinions, really strong negative opinions like this, and then people will just be like, no, you're wrong. And I'm like, am I though? I think I lay out pretty good points about the lack of complex or interesting or inventive lyricism or composition in most of these songs. I think that they're very boring and very plain, but again, somebody could be like, hey, that's just American pop music for you, baby. That's why you don't listen to it. And that's fair and good. That's fair and good. It's just not for me. If JK here, let's end it with this. If JK's happy and proud with this album, that's all that matters. Because I love him and I want him to be happy with the work that he puts out. I don't have to listen to it. I don't have to listen to it. It doesn't have to be me. The girlies who love JK, and by God are there a lot of them, they're gonna stream this album. And I don't have to be one of those. I can be my happy little D-Day indigo girly, and I can just listen to the music that I like, and we can all be happy. Let me know what you thought. We're almost at the end of comeback season, y'all. We're almost at the end. I can start saving money after this. Well, almost a little bit. Next week is going to be Stray Kids. Very excited for the Stray Kids album. Very high hopes for the Stray Kids album. Big room for the Stray Kids to let me down. But then we also, in the beginning of December, so we get a couple weeks off for Thanksgiving. Thank God. Then we get a new ATEEZ album, and I'm very much looking forward to that. So two more weeks of comebacks after this. But I'm very excited. Also, the fact that like JK is basically doing like no Korean promotion of this album, I think is crazy. I think that's crazy. Like he's not on Music Core, he's not on Inkigayo, he's not doing any of that. He's doing like a exclusive like American circuit, and it's all last minute shit in New York that I can go to. So that's fun. Love that for me. That being said, if I don't get to hear Yes or No live, words will be said.